G'day and welcome to this video series chatting about evidence-based library and information practice. In this video I'm talking about purposes of evidence. So we engage in the evidence-based practice process for different reasons at different times, and so I think it's important to distinguish between three that I have found in professional practice and in my conversations across library areas and also with other library professionals. The organisational lens or model as a way of a whole library that could be evidence-based, I think just represents just one purpose of evidence, and that's at that strategic level. There are another two. One is operational, and this is evidence-based practice for making decisions around workload, rostering, availability for consultations, etc. And this is where a lot of the activity and busyness stats tend to get collected. And then we had those instances where they're one-off, standalone, or out of curiosity, a question about professional practice, the way things done, or just a trend that you've observed and wish to investigate a little further. This is one of the challenges that I think I have in my role. I might have a conversation with a manager and they're thinking around operational purposes of the evidence gathering and the reports that they might like to have. I might be talking at a more strategic level and how we can use different data and evidence to demonstrate value and impact. So all three purposes of evidence and the evidence that is derived through those processes could be used for developing stories around value and impact. And it's important here to understand the audience. So what does the stakeholder need to know about your service? And then tailor that message accordingly, or bring in the types of evidence that they might be looking for. Where a stakeholder wants to see evidence of impact and value, the number of titles you have in the collection or the number of queries you had last month is not going to cut it. Stats are not measures. And so you may need to combine this evidence with another data set, whether that be quantitative or qualitative, to develop that story of the value and impact that service has brought to the community or clients. It can be tricky to think about or distinguish between the operational and the strategic, but it's important, I think, to get on the same page when we're having these conversations. I hope this has been useful for evidence-based practice conversations, either internally or externally. Until next time, take care. Cheers.